All right, wonderful. Well, thank you again for everyone who's been able to join. We had a couple more people who were able to just hop on within the last few seconds here. So we're going to get started. We appreciate your involvement and joining Beaumont Orange County. Beaumont Orange County has been around for many, many years. There are some folks who've on the call who are some of the first members of Beaumont Orange County, and we are very, very excited that you've decided to partner with Beaumont Orange County for your company and for your career, and obviously to grow in the industry. So what is BOMA? BOMA is Building Owners and Managers Association. And our Orange County chapter is our local chapter of an international organization. And our Orange County chapter has almost 400 properties that are associated with it, representing 40 million square feet and over 370 members. And that comprises of service members, vendors, as well as the building owners and managers. But who are the members? And want to talk about a little bit about that. So obviously, BOMA is building owners and managers, asset managers, property managers, assistant managers. But it's more than just that. Obviously, there's people who are involved with leasing. There's corporate facility managers. There are folks who obviously on the vendor side that have services or products that offered to the commercial real estate market. So there are a whole host of folks who have joined Beaumont Orange County, and we're really excited that we've been able to have you join and partner with us as we move obviously through 2021, and as we're getting back to in-person events, as well as moving forward to 2022. So in talking a little bit about the benefits of our organization, we really feel that there are some real benefits to both sides of the equation, both our vendor partners as well as our principal partners, or the property managers, asset managers, and associate members. So really what some of the benefits that we see and that those in our organization have experienced over the years is really building valuable connections within the organization and finding ways in terms of getting connected and involved in industry leading education. Martin, if you might go to the next slide so we can kind of get this info up there. Oh, I'm sorry. I missed one. I can't believe it. I'm so sorry about that. I did want to talk about our leadership team, which we have a very, very strong leadership team in our organization. We have Carrie Osborne, who's with the Irvine Company. She's a senior manager over there. She's our current Beaumont Orange County president. Mike Kent is our executive vice president. He's a national director over at Goodman, and he is going to be moving into the president role in 2022. And then Karen Flanagan, who is our past president, she was the president of the chapter last year, and she moves into a role where she's able to assist the chapter and the board as she kind of moves out of her leadership role and has one final year as a past president on the board. So we have a really strong executive team and a very strong board with people who are on a national level and a very senior level here locally. So it really gives folks to be involved and really find the benefits to the organization, both, as I mentioned, on a partner side, as well as for the property managers out there in the association. So in talking about some of those benefits, one thing that we really see is folks building valuable connections and really long-term relationships, whether it's on a personal level or on a business level, because of the opportunities that you get within BOMA. The great thing about BOMA is all of the educational opportunities and resources that you have available to you. So there's going to be, Jayan's going to talk a little bit about our industry luncheons, where you have in-person events where you can learn more about specific topics that are very newsworthy, obviously, but things that can be very impactful to your building or to your industry. And then another side of BOMA is the legislative advocacy. So Ruben's going to talk a little bit more about what we do on a legislative level and on to really advocate for the commercial real estate industry, both on a state and a federal level. And then, as I mentioned, access to research and resources on the education side. So you'll have access to the BOMA International website, where there's a whole host of educational information, white papers, books, documentation, information on, BOMA measurements, remeasurements, re-remeasurements. They always have new things that are coming out in the market to really push and identify opportunities for building owners and managers to get the most value out of their projects, whether it comes to certain remods of elevators or new trends in HVAC filtration. So great opportunities and resources for those. And then obviously any updates and emerging trends that come from our organization and our chapter. So the different committees do provide updates on emerging trends, things that are out there in the industry that maybe you knew about or maybe you didn't know about, but that could get you involved in knowing, so that way we all can be updated on the latest trends and we can all bring value to the organization. So in talking about some of the benefits, we understand that you never really get more out of something than you're willing to put into it. And it's like that, whether it's a professional career growth, a training regimen, a workout regimen, and it's also the same thing that's the case with BOMA Orange County. When you're looking at growing your career and growing your network, you want to make sure that you put in the time, put in the effort to get involved, to volunteer, and to build those relationships within the chapter. That's really the opportunity that BOMA Orange County brings to the commercial real estate market. And so some of the things that we felt like it might be a good time to touch on are member etiquette and things that, when we do have in-person events or even when we have, online or webinars or outdoor events. One thing that's great about our organization is to be sociable. We're all smiling. We all are easy to approachable people. We're not mean. We're not rude. And we're looking forward to having you involved. And so be sociable, go up to folks, circulate through the crowd, and really enjoy the event. We have great events and networking events that are planned, and T's going to talk a little bit about that in the committee. But a lot of great events that we planned for the organization. So circulate, enjoy it. But one thing, if you're coming with other folks from your company, sit at different tables. Don't always just be with the folks that you're familiar with or that you know, because then you're able to really build and start new business relationships with those in the organization. And one thing that we do ask, obviously, for new members and more specifically on the vendor service side, is business card etiquette. We really know that, obviously, vendor service partners are here to build business and to build relationships, but we ask not to go around and handing out your business card to every single person who walks in the door. We do want you to be able to be sociable, but obviously, be aware that folks are there to enjoy the event as well. So, and also invite someone. If you're coming, whether you're able to help pay for that person to attend or just invite someone, we really want to promote the organization and the events. And the more people who attend, the better off the organization is going to be as a whole. So invite someone out. Invite someone if you are a property manager and you know that one of the people in your office is not a member of BOMA. Invite them to come to one of the events. We're always looking for folks who want to get more involved and become members of BOMA Orange County. So with that, I'm going to turn it over. I think Phil, we've got you up for the college outreach. So we'll talk a little bit more. Martin, if you want to go back, I'll just run through the different committees. I've missed that one, so I want to make sure. So some of the committees that you can get involved in before we move over to Phil is college outreach, which Phil will be talking about, education, emergency preparedness, our events and networking committees, government affairs, industry luncheons, membership. Our Toby Awards, which Peggy is going to talk on, is a phenomenal event and really a way for property managers to kind of elevate their building and their team on a not just a local level, but also on a state and a federal level. And then Brett's going to talk about philanthropy, and then we'll close it up with young leaders. But I do want to mention, and I forgot to mention at the beginning, that we're going to have a raffle for two $50 Amazon gift cards. So make sure you stay till the end and so that we can get you in the raffle. And if you have any questions as we're going through the different committees, make sure to post them up in the chat box. That way we can make sure that we get those answered at the end. So with that, Bill, I'll turn it over to you to talk a little bit more about college outreach.
Perfect. Thanks so much, Joel. For anyone who's not aware, Bowman College Outreach, what we do is we work with the students at Cal State Fullerton, UC Irvine, and then soon to be Chapman University to try to get students more involved with BOMA and with real estate in general. So the three main things that we work on is we work on career placement by getting the students involved with the BOMA website to upload their resumes. We work with networking. So when you attend the event, we'll have special name tags for you, as well as everyone in our committee will have a special name tag. And that way you'll be able to know some people off the back when you arrive. You'll know, hey, this person's involved with the college outreach program, and they can help you network within different circles as well. It's kind of a way to allow you to meet people and not have to be intimidated on the first go around. In addition, we also have a mentorship program we've set up. We're currently working with Cal State Fullerton. We have 4 phenomenal mentors, some of them that are actually on the different director boards that'll be working with students to help them with their resume, interview skills. We'll do like a day at the office where you'll get to go and kind of to see what a day in the life of a property manager really looks like, whether it's going to different buildings, meeting some of the people within the organization, kind of seeing what the day-to-day, how it goes. And then last but not least, we'll work with SMART goals to make sure the students line up with 3 goals that they want to achieve by the end of the semester and make sure that they're on pace to hit those goals. And that's the gist of the college outreach program.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Phil. Next on our agenda is Abigail with our Education Committee.
Hi, good morning. I am the I'm the director for the education group here for BOMA Orange County. And I'm excited to explain to the group here that the education committees are very robust. There's actually 3 subcommittees that fall under the education umbrella. First being the On the Menu committee, and what they provide are small bite-sized doses of information relevant to the real estate industry, and those are offered about 4 to 6 times per year. We also have the Seminar Committee, which offers more educational offerings that are twice a year. It's usually hosted by a panel or one person highlighted to come out and speak to the group. One of them per year is on women in leadership, and that's coming up here in October. The last subcommittee under education is the Foundations of Real Estate Management, and that is a course that's offered annually, a 5-week course that's offered to industry, new members to the industry, or vendors that are wanting to learn more about the property management industry, and can attend those courses and get a certificate upon completion for the Foundations of Real Estate Management. So lots to offer within the education committees, and if anyone has any questions, please feel free to reach out.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Abigail. We really appreciate that. And we also know how important education is for our members. So definitely reach out to her if you have any questions or if you'd like to get involved in the committee. The next committee that we have is Emergency Preparedness. Unfortunately, our team there on that committee was unable to make the call today, but I just wanted to mention and highlight it because I know that there's some folks on the webinar today that this might be your cup of tea. So obviously, if you're really involved in wanting to make sure that your building or your project, or maybe you're on a service side and your services kind of align well with emergency preparedness, please reach out to Andy Coleman or Joey Garcia. Those are the gentlemen that assist with providing information, details, plans, programs, specifically to ensure that our membership base is prepared an emergency at a building, whether that's something fire, flood, or something larger, earthquake, maybe a pandemic. Someone told me something about that a while ago. So again, it's a great committee to get involved in, and please do reach out to either Andy or Joey if you'd like to get involved there. So they typically have one event a year specifically for emergency preparedness, but their topic kind of will be integrated into some of our other events throughout the year, whether it's on the menu or maybe one of our luncheons. So just to let you know about that. So with that, I'll turn it over to T, and she's going to talk a little bit more about our events and networking.
Hi, everybody. I'm T. Wang. I'm with ABM, and I am the Director of Allied Members. We host several events a year, and our mission is to strengthen association relationships by highlighting our allied members. So our annual golf classic is actually coming up on October 12th at the Pelican Hill Resort. This is an event that everyone looks forward to each year, and I believe it sells out every single time. So it's chaired by Jeff Marquis at Metro Services. We also have our annual bowling event chaired by Nicole Fletcher and Katie Samaha. It's typically held in March, and I've been to this event every year, and it's always so much fun. It's been on pause due to COVID, but hopefully we can bring it back in 2022. And I personally chair the networking committee, and under this committee, we host 2 events a year. We just had one back in June. It's our Pinots and Palette event, which is an evening of instructed painting with wine and beer. And then our next event is actually coming up in October, on October 21st, and it's our Oktoberfest event. Mm-hmm. It's held at a brewery, and you'll have great appetizers, beer, and we also host a stein holding competition. So as you can imagine, these events require a lot of planning. So we need all the help that we can get. So if you're interested, please contact the following individuals on the screen. Thank you.
Thank you so much, T. We really appreciate it. I know Travis and I are looking forward to going head to head in the stein holding competition. So.
I just can't imagine a Oktoberfest at a brewery.
Oh my goodness, right?
We're going to have some fun, that's for sure. Well, thank you so much, T, again. Now talking about beer and wine, obviously what goes real well with that is governmental affairs, because that's the only way that you're able to talk about that anymore. So Ruben, why don't you take us on here for our governmental affairs committee, and also talk about our event that's tomorrow, and we're so excited. So tell us a little bit more.
Yeah, well, it's not the only way to talk about it, but it definitely helps, that's for sure. So yeah, let me just make a quick introduction. I'll talk a little bit about the event. Good morning, everyone. My name is Ruben Rivas. I'm with the Irvine Company. I am the Director of Government Affairs for Boma Orange County. I also serve on the board for Boma, California, as well as our local political action committee, which is the PAC. That is basically our pool of campaign contributions that we use to fund candidates and initiatives. So speaking to the government affairs group, our committee participates in a number of interactions and meetings that affect the commercial real estate industry. I think most importantly, we're educators to our membership on what we need to be aware of in both the state and local levels. We do this really in a number of ways. Social media, handouts. We have a publication called News Bites, which highlights the most important initiatives affecting the county and state. As a committee, we're very much in tune to the local discussions, but we also receive content and direction through a number of collaborative groups. We work with CVPA, Boma, California, and international, the Orange County Association of Realtors, and a lot of other networking groups such as NAOP and IRM and CREW, and of course, all of our fellow Boma chapters across the state. I think for me, the most important thing I can say is the biggest misconception our group tends to hear is that new members are intimidated or feel that they don't know enough about politics or to join our committee. So please do not feel that way. I can tell you towards the beginning, I knew little, but really I just listened. I understood the importance of what we were doing and really was just ready to make an impact on behalf of the industry and the community. So there's no expectation coming into our committee other than your eagerness to learn and to get involved. And then maybe be willing to step out of your comfort zone a little bit and challenge yourself. I think you'll find it's going to be extremely rewarding and valuable for yourself if you're a principal or an allied member. So that's my spiel. As Joel mentioned, I do want to remind everyone the Government Affairs fundraiser is tomorrow night. That starts at 5:30 p.m. at the Met in Costa Mesa. We're probably looking at as many as 300 people there. And that's going to include state senators, House Assembly members, OC Board of Supervisors. Our main program is going to start at 6:30. Includes a short list of speakers that'll go on for about 30 to 45 minutes. Otherwise, just lots of wine and food. So it should be fun. It always is.
Wonderful. Well, Ruben, we appreciate all your dedication and work and what you do. And we're definitely excited about the event coming up tomorrow night. So if you haven't already signed up, contact Beaumont Orange County. Make sure that they've got all your information so that you're able to attend. We're really excited about that. And again, it's going to be a great event. There's going to be a lot of people there. So thank you so much for all your hard work and dedication. With that, I'm going to turn it over to the guy next door here. Travis is going to talk a little bit more. Oh, I'm so sorry. I skipped one ahead. Jayanne, industry luncheons. Let's talk about luncheons before we get to Travis.
All right. Good morning, everyone. A little bit about me. I'm Jayanne Cordova with Link Logistics. I've been with BOMA OC for about a decade now, quite a long time. Started out as a BOMA Young Leader member and now a regular principal member. I've been chair of seminars in the past and have been involved in a few of BOMA's committees all in all. Currently, I'm the director of industry luncheons, and I've been on this committee for about 3 years now. We're responsible for holding BOMA's quarterly industry luncheons and last year virtual town halls. But what we do is our programs strive to educate and inform our members and the Orange County real estate industry at large. Our audience, I would say, are those in real estate, mostly commercial, some residential. We also tap a lot of college students and a lot of folks in other real estate organizations. Our quarterly events average about 150 people per event, and we emphasize topics such as market outlooks. We go over building types. We talk about leadership. We like to explore what other owners and managers find valuable in today's industry. We also focus on networking opportunities and just industry trends all in all. I'd say that the luncheons are one of BOMA Orange County's classic events. It's a pretty huge component of BOMA Orange County. I think everybody looks forward to attending these luncheons. There's tons of coordination, but well worth the effort. We have a really incredible committee right now. It's a really good mix of both principal and allied members. And we're always looking for more members. So if you're interested, feel free to shoot me an email or ping me on the side, and I'm happy to get you more information. A couple of things that I'd want to add is what's super rewarding about this committee is we get to pick everything from the location of the events, the speakers for the events, the topics that we talk about. We get to work with so many leaders and service providers, and it's extremely rewarding once the events are executed and if they're successful. And as being a BOMA member for 10 years, one thing that I want to add that Joel touched on earlier is get involved, whether it's my committee or one of these other committees. I have personally met so many people whom I would not have met otherwise. A perfect example of this is I took Abigail's Foundation of Real Estate Management course about a decade ago, and I still keep in touch with a lot of the same people that I took that class with 10 years ago. So it's BOMA is amazing for career growth. It's amazing for increasing your knowledge base. It's amazing for learning what our service providers do. And as Joel said, you get what you put in. So I highly encourage all of you guys to get involved. And that's it for me.
Wonderful, Jan. Well, thank you so much. And thank you for a little bit of the backstory. It's always great for folks to kind of hear, where people have started and come from within the chapter and where they've grown into. And so in kind of tying that in, Travis is going to talk a little bit about membership. And obviously with folks just starting out on membership or with your membership in Beaumont-Orange County, Travis is going to talk to you a little bit more about how you can kind of maximize your membership and your involvement within our organization. So take it away.
Yeah, I echo what Jan just said, and Joel, you get in at BOMA what you put into it. So get involved. I mean, you'll be very happy that you get uncomfortable and you get involved. But Joel and my job is to maintain our association and build our association. Orange County BOMA is a smaller organization, which has a lot of advantages. We maintain a 50-50 ratio of allied members and principal members. So we're not overloaded with a whole bunch of vendors coming in and dealing are lopsided. So it really is a beneficial as far as what Jan was saying, as far as education, meeting people, getting involved, being educated. I mean, your vendors are your partners. They will help you throughout your entire career. We meet on a monthly basis. We have access to all the members. I mean, our job is to recruit members and get them involved because retention is very important for us. There's no benefit if you're joining and you're not getting involved because you're not going to join. You're not going to renew the following year. We do a pretty good job as far as retention goes. We don't lose that many members. But with COVID, it's a different animal today. But there is huge advantages of being in Beaumont or Orange County. And it's a good organization. It's a good committee. We are always looking for more people on our committee. We work throughout the year, from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. And we work with all the other committees as well. So that's kind of the membership in a whole. Am I missing anything there?
I think you're good. I think we got it covered. Okay. Well, with that, we're going to turn it over to Brett, obviously with Philanthropy. Because no, I'm sorry, Peggy, I'm messing up my slides here, aren't I? I'm dropping the ball.
You did two-sided.
I know. I messed this thing up.
I didn't figure it out.
I messed this thing up. Peggy is here to tell us about one of the most important committees in our organization and tell us about Toby Awards, because if there's anything that you attend, you have to attend Toby Awards. Peggy, tell us more.
Well, good morning and welcome new members. I'm probably the eldest of the members here. I've been here since inception of Beaumont-Orange County. So I have been involved in every committee, started a lot of committees for Beaumont-Orange County. Just to give people some background is that BOMA is a federation. So we all lead up to BOMA International, which is out of Washington, D.C. So every BOMA has their own bylaws. So that really makes a difference that we are a federation, and Beaumont-Orange County has their own bylaws. But with all the different committees that I have been on, that I have chaired, this is actually my favorite because it is what BOMA stands for. It is the Outstanding Building of the Year. And it's really very unique to BOMA. Started back in 1915 because this is what we represent. This is what we do. We manage buildings and service providers service the buildings, and we're all part of this BOMA organization. And the Toby Awards are showcasing those buildings. So you enter this competition locally, and the requirements for locally are set by Beaumont-Orange County, but we then again go through what BOMA International describes that we have to do and all the requirements that are set. So we have always followed the BOMA International guidelines to make it easier to move on into this competition. So myself and Ashley Trexler, who is the co-chair of this, we have put together this program for Beaumont-Orange County, where we have moved away more from going on site to judge the building to having a portal. So the portal is based out of International, and it has the requirements in it, and it discusses things like your tenant relations, your community events, your fire life safety, all of these things that you now can write about, and you can start as early as the beginning of each year, and then take your time. We do have wonderful, wonderful lessons and workshops that we have that Ashley and I put together to help you through that. We have mentors that will help you write and check everything. We do have a few that by requirement of BOMA International that then go out to the buildings to judge the buildings, to just make sure that everything that you're writing about is exactly what you have. So that a few of us will go out to your buildings. Because of COVID-19, we haven't really had that many buildings enter. Well, because nobody was in the buildings. And the managers had other things to do as people were trying to come back into the buildings when it was safe to do so. So we really encourage you to enter. We really encourage the service providers, the buildings that you service, talk to the managers and talk to the team, because it is a team effort with the vendors. Because a lot of times we do go to the properties and we'll talk to the vendors, how do you support this? And they can talk about the services that they provide, especially like janitorial, elevators, all of these things that we do require and talk about throughout the Toby. So we always encourage, and it's a really great team effort. If you're new to the industry, it's a really good way to know your team, to know your buildings, and to really get involved. Whoops, sorry. So sorry, just had a phone. So anyways, again, encourage you to please enter your buildings. And I am always available, as is Ashley, for any questions that you have out there. Email me, call me. I will always support you. I will always support the Toby Awards going forward. And I look forward to the buildings that are entering this year. That's it.
Thank you so much, Peggy. Did you want to talk a little bit more about the Toby Awards this year and what's coming up, so folks can know when to expect the event and all the information?
Well, it does take some time to put together all the information, and we do have 2 buildings that have entered. The deadline really is to finish it by the end of September, so you don't really have any time to enter this year. But definitely think about it for next year. And the buildings will be announced, and the winners will be announced at our annual gala coming up in November. So I'm really looking forward to that, and looking forward to the buildings that are entering.
Yes. Well, it's always a great event, and the Tobys are such a well done in terms of the gala, and then also Peggy and Ashley and the team really putting in hours and hours of time to make sure that property managers and teams at these buildings have all the information that they need to be able to be successful, whether that's on the local, the state, or the international level. So if you have any interest whatsoever, definitely reach out to Ashley or Peggy. They're definitely going to be able to help you and guide you along in that process. So with that, we'll talk a little bit more about volunteering and philanthropy with Brett Depew.
Hi there. Thanks, Travis. Good morning. I'm Brett Depew with Master Care Protection and Cleaning, and I co-chair BOMA's Philanthropy Committee. And our mission is to connect people who want to help with those in need by leveraging our commercial real estate community and resources. So this year, we hosted a clothing drive in the spring where we collected 21,015 articles of clothing. Then we hosted a food drive over the summer that collected 3,200 pounds of food. We participated or partnered with IREM of Orange County for a beach cleanup. And then 3 to 4 times a year, our committee will also cook food or desserts for the Ronald McDonald House in Orange. And lastly, This year, we'll be hosting our first annual Holiday Lights event on December 9th at Hangar 24. So if you can imagine a trade show mixed with holiday lights displays for each of the sponsors, it'll be an awesome fundraiser, all about fun, and we're very excited about it. It'll be very family friendly. And so if you're looking to give back to the community as well as have a little fun, you can reach out to BOMA or me, and we can include you in the next meeting. Thank you.
Wonderful, Brett. Well, we really appreciate all the work that you do in helping folks give back to their local communities. So thank you so much for all your work. I think the last one on the last of the committees is our young leaders, and Bryant Mork is on with Goodman, and he's going to tell us a little bit more about those folks who are early on in their career and how they can kind of get involved and work with others that are in that same stage. And I see Brett's also joined as he also helps out Bryant on that committee. So take it away, guys.
Yeah, Bryant Mork with Goodman. Happy to be here. Good morning, everybody. I am the director for the Young Leaders for this year and last year, and Brett will be taking over the directorship for 2022. And so a little bit about our committee. We meet once a month to basically plan and well, let me back up a little bit. Our mission is more kind of to promote and develop, the careers of the youngins in commercial real estate who are just kind of getting out into the industry, and to network within kind of a peer group and a setting that's a little less intimidating than going to the larger events. Our events are usually geared toward kind of the smaller side of 25 to 50. We host about 7 to 8 events a year, ranging from building tours. We've toured Angel Stadium, Honda Center. We do mixers, kind of events geared to getting people out and networking with your peers and sharing best practices and things like that. Our big event of the year is the Trivia Night, which was held, what was that, almost a week and a half ago? 2 weeks, was it last week? Things are flying
2
by
weeks
these
ago.
days. 2 weeks ago, that sounds right. So that was our big event of the year. We had about 100 people, and it went really well. That's a lot of fun. And we have about 15 to 20 people usually on our committee, and we kind of separate that out into subcommittees to plan each of the 7 to 8 events throughout the year. And we're always looking for, so our committee is 35 and under. Sorry to put the age number out there, but we do try and keep it on the younger side and on the committee, and that's kind of the cutoff, 35 and under. So if you are interested in helping out on the committee, I know I see some names on here that are actually already helping out on the committee as new members. So thank you for that, guys. But if there's anyone else who wants to help out next year, we're planning one last event for next, probably in the next month or two, that'll take place. Very similar to this event, but we're going to be planning that, and it'll happen at the end of the month. And then we're quickly back into action in 2022 with our events starting right off the bat. So we're going to need help right off the bat. So if anybody is interested, reach out to myself or Brett. And anything else I missed, Brett? What else do we do?
I think you covered it. Yeah, the first event next year will be January. So if anybody on here is not signed up and is under 35, reach out to us, and we'll get you signed up on the committee.
Yeah, one thing that's great about our Young Leaders program is that it's a really great way for folks within the property management industry to really get connected early on in the stage of their career. With the way that we have our local chapter has it structured, it's only $100 to join for the year as a young leader, and you'll still be able to attend many of the events. So if you have other folks that you know or connected with, friends, people within your organization that are 35 and under and want to get involved in BOMA, this is the first kind of avenue for them to do so, and get in touch with Bryant and Brett, and they can either help you reach out to the folks within your organization or reach out to Travis or myself. And we can also assist in getting folks involved on the Young Leaders side. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to,
Questions and answers.
Oh yes, I do want to put up any questions. Do we have anything that kind of came up Martin or Bill, in the chat that hadn't been answered yet, or anything that we want, or anything that's come up from any of the new members on the webinar that wanted to ask questions right now, we kind of open up to the floor to see if you have any questions for any specific committee chairs or anyone else. No, nothing in the chat, it looks like.
No real
So,
questions. Yeah.
I have
okay,
a couple of
wonderful.
questions that have come up for you guys. So for the Philanthropy Committee, are we able to bring our families and kids to some of these events that you hold?
Yeah, so for the beach cleanup, that's very appropriate. And then for the holiday lights event this year, that we are hoping that you bring your kids, because that's hopefully what the holiday lights will be geared towards. But there will also be the option of having alcohol. So if you want to enjoy that, you can as well.
Okay. And then for young leaders, for college students, would it be that same $100 membership fee?
I think we're doing something a little different for college students. Isn't that right, Phil and membership guys?
Yes, there's a little bit of a different structure. Phil, did you want to talk a little bit about that in terms of what we're doing for the college members?
I know a lot of the events that the college students are attending are sponsored. We've had usually it's anywhere from 3 to 5 tickets for most events, first come, first serve. But as far as committees, I'll pass it back to Joel to find out if there's a charge for the college students to get involved. I haven't heard of that as of yet, but
no, I'll look into it within our bylaws, but I know that we are really trying to support younger college students to get involved in the different events. That's why we've had those 3 to 5 tickets for the different events available to them, to really assist in folks getting and transitioning from the college stage in their career into more of that professional stage within an organization. And I know that there are opportunities for membership as well. Right now, I don't think we actually have any college students as members, or we may have just one that's a college student that's a member of our organization. But there is a separate membership program specifically for college students. So if anyone has questions regarding that, just reach out to me or Travis, and we'll be able to we'll take that and get you all of the information that you need. So
Thank you.
Jan, anything else that you've got?
Nope. For everybody on the call in the chat, I'm going to pop in the BOMA OC website. So if any of you want to learn more about any of the specific committees mentioned today, if you scroll down on this page and click on the purple icons, it'll get you to all of our contact information.
Awesome.
That's great. Thank you so much. And also any updating, if you're looking at getting involved in any of the events, check out our events section on there. We have a great list of all the upcoming events and how you can register for those. And then again, if you are looking at posting resume or getting additional resources, bomaoc.org, that's the place to go. So with that, it's kind of ends our presentation today. But we wanted to make sure that we got everyone involved. So we're going to be raffling off two $50 Amazon gift cards. So I'll let the folks from Boma Orange County take it away to see who the winners are.
All right, well, I get to have the fun job, that's for sure. So the first winner of our $50 Amazon gift card is going to be Priscilla Arvizu from AAA Roofing, who was a new allied member. So congratulations. And let's see, the next winner is Hiroki Yanagi, who is also he's a principal member. So he's one from each side. So we've got a vendor and a property manager. So
Wonderful.
Congratulations.
Wonderful. We'll be in touch with you. We have your contact information. So Bill will be reaching out directly to you to get you all of the information so that you can spend that $50 at Amazon on whatever you want, because it'll be there tomorrow, right? So anyway, thank you so much to everyone who was able to attend. If you have any questions in regards to Boma Orange County, your membership, your involvement, reach out to myself. Again, I'm Joel Fieser with Allied Universal Janitorial Services, or Travis. He's with Madison Marquette. And we look forward to seeing you hopefully tomorrow night at our Sip and Socialize event. And if not, then we'll see you at the next event. So check out our website, bomaoc.org, and we will see you at the next event. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Thank you for your
everybody.
time.